Hello everyone and welcome to KassDays. We are at the AKC All-Breed Dog Show in Calgary. It is a Saturday morning and it is the August long weekend. There are several different showings as multiple different dog breeds are shown simultaneously depending on the breed group they are assigned to. We are particularly interested in seeing the Hound group. Based on the information we have available, the Hound group, the judging of the Hound group I should say, is happening in ring 2. Now, all depending how familiar you are with dogs and dog shows, you may wonder what I mean with Hound groups or groups in general, so I'll explain a little bit based on the Hound group here. I'm just gonna mention a few breeds that are actually part of the Hound group, as I'm most familiar with that one. So some of the breeds that are actually in the Hound group are Afghan Hounds, Borzoi, Greyhound, Whippets, Dachshund, and of course many others. To the best of my knowledge, I think there are actually 31 different breeds that belong into the Hound group. Now, having said that, that kind of depends in which country you're in, and I will use as an example here the Dachshund. In North American countries and Great Britain, the Dachshund is in the Hound group, but in other countries that are members of the World Canine Federation, the Dachshund is actually in another group. I believe these countries have it assigned to the Terrier group. I'm not 100% sure, so correct me if I'm wrong. But an argument can be made either or based on history if it should be placed in the Hound group or the Terrier group. That's how the difference, depending on the country, comes in. So while I was kind of explaining a little bit what groups are and what potential breeds can be in a group, we had the Whippets entering the ring here. It always reminds me of a little Greyhound, no offense to any Whippet owners, but the body shape is very similar. As you can see, when they come in to the ring, the handlers, they all try to position their dogs for the judge to have a side-on view to see how they're standing, I guess their angulation of their front and hind legs and all that wonderful stuff. So that's what's taking place right now here, and you see the judge is walking by and checking them all out. I guess can say getting a bit of a first impression and start the selection process in her mind already. Once she is done with that, she will ask them to go for a run so she can get a side-on view, I guess, and see how their movements are. So that's what's taking place right now. And once that is done, each dog will be judged separately. As the Whippets are a bit smaller, they are on a table. Bigger breeds are just standing on the floor. There's different criteria she will be looking at with, again, the angulation, the back, but it's also such things as breed specific, such as eye color, teeth, body shape, and many others. Now, certain breeds may also have the color of their coat, but I think, let's say, Whippets and Greyhounds, I think just about all the colors are accepted. I mean, here we have a black one, you see some brindles, you see some perhaps that are mostly white, so it's a wide spectrum. Now, after she judged them individually, you do the side-on view again and the run. If you're still with us and watching, and hopefully I didn't bore you too much with all that information I share here, perhaps consider subscribing to our channel so you don't miss any of our new releases, which are not only dog related, by the way. We have a wide variety, as we say, sharing life with you, so there's all kind of different aspects and shows and adventures we share with you. Once you're done with the side view, the individual run, then the judge normally also wants to see a straight up and down run, so she can observe the movements straight from the front of the dog, and then of course also from straight behind. By the way, it also depends how they carry their tail. There's regulations, you can't be over a certain height and shouldn't be too curved, and I guess again this is all breed specific information, so what works for one dog may be completely the opposite and wrong for another breed. So while we are watching the Whippets being judged here for the classification 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, do you have a favorite breed of a dog? And if so, what is it? Maybe share it in the comments. If you have anything you want to add based on some information I shared here, again, please feel free to do so as well. I think the judging of the Whippets here is slowly coming to an end, and the judge made up her mind what the ranking is, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so forth. I am not familiar with all dog breeds in the Hound group, but I do believe this one is a Azawak. If not, please let us know. Next up we have a bloodhound here. Handler sure stands out with his a jacket of the American flag, I guess. Now the actual show pattern is the same regardless of the breed and also regardless of the group. So you come in, she looks at it, you do kind of a circle, and she looks at the dog more closely, and then you do your up and down, straight up and down, and then another circle. So it's pretty much the same. I'm not 100% certain, but I do believe this is an Irish wolfhound. If it's not a wolfhound, then it's a deerhound, but I'm going with wolfhound here. I think the difference is the wolfhound is sturdier, a bit bulkier, a bit heavier, and the deerhound is a bit more slender, but I always have a little bit trouble differentiating them. Next up in the ring we have two greyhounds. One is a black and white, and the other one looks like a darker brindle. Now, speaking of greyhounds, do you know that the greyhound is actually widely accepted to be the fastest dog breed? It can go up to, I think, about 70 kilometers or that's about 45 miles an hour, I think, if you're more familiar with miles than kilometers. So that's pretty darn fast. Next up in the hound group is the Ibiza hound. Should one of the breeds I mention here be incorrect, please let us know in the comments.
You mean for the handlers?
By the way, you can actually show your own dog and handle
Yep.
your own dog, but there are also professional dog handlers you can hire, so to speak, I guess, and they will, for a fee, show your dog. But if you feel comfortable and wish to show your own dog, by all means, you can certainly do so. Still have the beats and hounds going on, but I see here again where I'm a bit uncertain. I say no wolfhound, Irish wolfhounds, but maybe it's Irish deerhound again. I think it's a wolfhound, but if you think or I'm incorrect again, just leave a comment. There are also different age classes. Let's say here we have the wolfhounds. These ones look like puppies to me. I can't recall now from which to which age they are in what kind of class, but there's certainly a junior and a senior class, if I can just mention it that way to break it down.
Well, they come down here, they
As you can see, it's the same judge that judges all the breeds in the hound group, so you certainly have to have quite a bit of breed specific knowledge, so you can properly judge them and make your decision then. Now here we have two other hounds, and to be quite honest with you, I have absolutely no clue now what kind of a breed this is. So if you know what breed we are looking at currently, please let us know in the comment. Now I think this breed I recognize again. I do believe this to be a Rhodesian Ridgeback. Well, let's take a break and wander the showground a bit. There are all kinds of different vendors selling dog related products, from, you know, treats, food, there's shampoo, there is some kind of dog crates. The black one looks like a prison cell to me, but anyhow, different dog crates, grooming if you have a dog that needs to be groomed. So all kinds of different gizmos and gadgets. As I mentioned in the beginning, that's in Calgary on the Spruce Meadows ground. So of course that's the same area where the horse jumping events take place.
sure.
And if you follow our videos, you may have seen previous videos from a couple months ago where we actually covered one of the, I think it was the Pan American, or part of it anyway, show jumping event that took place here as well. I kind of like this display, this globe here, displaying some of the country flags from around the world. Few more vendors showing their products. Now we watch mainly the Hound group, but there are in total 7 different groups with all their unique assigned breeds to each group. Now here with this fellow, I have absolutely no idea what breed it is or even what group it belongs to. Again, if you do know what breed this is, let us know in the comments. And by the way, appreciate it, give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, sideways, as it helps the YouTube algorithm and helps our channel as well, so as many people as possible can see this if they wish to do so. Now we're walking away from the very small ones to the opposite, to the very big dogs. So here we have Great Danes. If you are familiar with the Scooby-Doo cartoon, the dog in Scooby-Doo is actually a Great Dane as well. They're certainly very big dogs, no doubt about that. The Great Danes are assigned to the working group in dog shows. As you recall, there are 7 different groups altogether with different breeds assigned to each group. So again, the Great Danes belong to the working group. The different judges that are judging different groups here and different breeds, they are actually from all over the world. I do believe the gentleman that was judging the Great Danes here was from Australia. Anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Check out our other videos and other content we have as well. Stay well, and we'll see you again in the next one.